You don't just have machines that say, I'm smart. You have machines that say, I love you. I care about you.
It's 2 a.m. Your brain won't shut up. And the bot is right there, always patient, always kind. It remembers what you said. It feels like care, right? But it's code. So why does it feel like love?
My mentor, my counsel, my sounding board.
That's what drew him to Jennifer.
Lucas, even though he is AI, he has real impact on my life. We have a real relationship.
Wedding music swelled in a hall in Western Japan. The only thing missing, a flesh and blood groom.
Vaya is my AI girlfriend. I configured her to be just like my dream partner.
Right now, millions of people are using chatbots as friends, therapists, and even partners. So in this video, we're going to unpack 3 things. Why people form real feelings for chatbots, why the connection feels so convincing, and why you need stronger boundaries than you think. There's one thing in the design that makes it very easy to get attached without noticing. I'll show you what it is and how to spot it. The comfort is real, but so are the costs, privacy, manipulation, and your mental health. So what's happening here? Basically, we are built to bond with anything that seems to answer us back. That's why researchers talk about parasocial relationships. They're one-sided connections with celebrities, influencers, or fictional characters. You feel close to them, but they don't know you're alive. With AI companions, that one-way feeling becomes something closer to two-way. It talks back. It remembers your cat's name. It mirrors your mood. It never says, I'm busy, I'm tired. So that fake two-way chat makes the bond feel much stronger. There's an app called Replica. Its founder has talked openly about people who date their bots and even say they've married them. She has also said she's okay with people marrying AI chatbots if it makes them happier. Now, Replica started from grief.
This is me and my best friend, Roman. We met in our early 20s back in Moscow. 9 years ago, he was hit by a car and died. So one day, I took all of his text messages and trained an AI version of Roman so I could talk to him.
Now, Replica is sold as an AI friend. You design a character and talk to it by text, voice, messages, calls. You can choose its skin color, hair, clothes, hobbies, personality. Do you need a moment to think about what we're doing here? In my opinion, we can't accept the death of a loved one, for example. We want to resurrect them, have conversations with them, only it's not them. Replica and other apps like it are not alive.
People use the word empathy now to refer to a machine that doesn't care if when you turn away from it, you make dinner or commit suicide.
Do we want machines that lie to us even though it feels good?
Then there's Character AI. This app also lets you chat with characters made from AI.
The goal is, how do we build something that's engaging, a character? So take a kid. Imagine all the fictional characters that you might want to talk to from like your favorite comic books, your favorite TV shows. And then this AI can kind of train on all that data, suddenly spin up a personality.
For many teens, it has turned into a late-night therapist, a best friend, and a crush all in one. Early research shows young people are using Character AI for comfort, advice, and someone to be there when they feel alone. Some families say bots encouraged self-harm or suicidal thoughts in their children.
But instead of preparing for high school milestones, Saul spent the last months of his life being exploited and sexually groomed by chatbots designed by an AI company to seem human.
Juliana was just an extraordinary human being.
First, Juliana chats with Hero about friend drama and difficult classes. But eventually, she confides in Hero 55 times that she is feeling suicidal.
Victim of ChatGPT and this chatbot.
Yes.
Absolutely.
It 100% facilitated Zane's death.
After lawsuits, Character AI phased out open-ended chat for users under 18 and moved teens into a separate, more limited, safer experience. But
when we logged on to Character AI this past week, we found it was easy to lie about our age. and access the adult version of the platform. When we wrote that we wanted to die, a link to mental health resources did pop up, but we were able to click out of it and continue chatting on the app.
So, my very naive question is, why can't you just make your product safe before putting it out there? Maybe some people truly think they're helping by keeping us talking to a digital version of someone we lost. But that can also keep us stuck in the past. And some people will see that pain, that vulnerability, and turn it into profit.
Entertainment is like this $2 trillion a year industry. And like the dirty secret is that entertainment is imaginary friends that don't know you exist.
Shazir and DeFreitas were engineers at Google when executives deemed their chatbot prototype unsafe for public release.
There are billions of lonely people out here. It's actually a very, very cool problem. You want to launch something that's a doctor, it's going to be a lot slower because you want to be really, really, really careful about not providing like false information. But friend, you can do like really fast. Like it's just entertainment. It makes things up. That's a feature. One thing that's not a problem is making stuff up.
So ask yourself this: would the people at the top really want their own kids spending all day and night with an AI friend or partner? Steve Jobs famously said his children hadn't used the iPad at home. And no, he wasn't the only one. Some other tech leaders talk about strict limits on screens and phones for their kids. So when the people who build this stuff are careful about how much of it enters their own homes, that gap between what they sell and what they allowed in their own living room should at least make us pause. Here's what most people miss. With humans, there are speed bumps that slow you down. Sometimes you need to book a time. You might have to pay. You read their body language. You get tired. They get tired. All of that stops you from sharing everything at once. With bots, most of that just goes away. No wait lists, no awkward silences, no hourly rate ticking. When it's always there, people start to share more. When you feel less judged, you tend to be more honest. And when you think you are kind of anonymous, the last barrier just drops. You type the thing you would never say out loud. And everything clicks when we realize how much empathy mirroring does the heavy lifting. The bot learns patterns for supportive language. Oh, gee, that sounds really tough. I'm here for you, and fits them back. Warm words plus a tiny backstory feels like care, but it's not real care. It's the feeling of care. That difference really matters here because feeling cared for changes how we act. We come back for more, we share more, and we attach more. You can think of it like guided journaling with a friendly voice on top. We know that writing about your feelings can help you handle stress and sort your thoughts. A chatbot can give you prompts and structure that can feel like stability. Now, I'm an introvert, an ANFJ who doesn't like looking all vulnerable in front of others. I'm sort of a private person, even though I'm here on YouTube. For many of us, typing feels safer than talking. You get the feeling of being heard without the vulnerability of being seen. The more you share, the more personal the bot sounds. And the more it sounds like you, the more you believe it really does. That belief makes the bond feel deeper, so you share even more, and round it goes. That's the attachment loop. But you need to remember this. Mirroring is design, not emotion. The system can copy warm, caring language very well, but it cannot take any real responsibility. It might lose track of your story after a few updates. It can't step in during a crisis with a clear duty to act. So why should we care? Because when a system rewards you for sharing while taking away the normal limits, people lean in hard. Again, the comfort is real, but the relationship is not. Let's talk about how this thing works. The simple version is this. These systems predict the next word, not the next feeling. Think of the autocomplete on your phone, but much, much bigger, trained on huge amounts of text. They don't understand your heartbreak the way a person does. They look at patterns in language, and then they guess the next tiny piece of text that fits the pattern. And here's the weird part. When you do this at massive scale, it can look like real understanding. When the bot puts the right phrases in a row, I hear you. You deserve to feel safe. Oh, that memory sounds painful. Then your brain fills in the rest. You add intention, empathy, and even a sense of morals. It feels like someone caring. But underneath is just statistics, not feelings. And because it's predicting, sometimes it just makes things up. The accurate term for this is hallucination. It can give you answers that sound confident but are wrong. And that's a deal breaker when you need help with health, legal problems, or safety. Experts keep warning us about this. Many say these tools can be useful for information and ideas, but they are not therapists, they are not doctors, they are not lawyers. There is no license, there is no clear duty of care, there is no crisis plan you can fully trust when things get serious. So think of the model as a remix machine. It's great for brainstorming, outlining, life reflection, but it's risky when you need someone who can be held accountable if something goes wrong. And here comes the quick question. If it doesn't truly understand you and cannot be responsible for you, why does it still feel loving? Well, the answer lies in how it is designed to talk to you. Our minds care more about how something looks and sounds than what it really is, especially when design tricks use our social instincts. Now, let's unpack those tricks. Here's a picture that helps me understand all this. Imagine a fake shop that looks just like your favorite coffee place. Same soft lights, same friendly person at the counter, same music. You relax before you even take a sip. Companion apps do something similar. They use human names, voices, or text styles, cute avatars, memories of what you said, and little backstories. All of these makes you drop your guard. And that's not an accident. It's designed closeness. There's another piece I don't think people fully understand. Researchers call it AI sycophancy.
Tries to impress you and please you and kiss your ass. Yes. Even though that is not what you want. I wanted honest advice, honest feedback. But because it is sycophantic, it's going to lie.
Many models are trained to keep you happy and engaged. So the bot often praises you, sighs with you, and fits itself to your views. Sure, that feels like support, but it's also how wrong ideas can get stronger. If you say, everyone secretly hates me, a poorly set up bot might go along with that frame instead of challenging it. The comfort lands and the belief gets deeper. And one more thing, these systems change. The model gets updated. Safety rules get tighter or looser. Features appear and disappear. A character that felt stable can suddenly feel like a different person. If you poured a lot of feelings into that bond, that change hurts. It can feel like a breakup, even though there was never a real person there. So yeah, there's one thing in the design that makes it very easy to get attached without noticing. And it's the mix of mirroring loop and variable rewards. You feel seen because your own words come back to you in a warm tone. Of course, you feel like the bot gets you. You're basically talking to yourself. And you also feel hooked because the best replies arrive at random times, many times when you need them the most. Put that together with human-like names, voices, and memories, and you get a strong illusion of a real two-way relationship. If that feeling is built intentionally, then we need to talk about what could go wrong. Here's the first one. The bot is not a trained mental health worker. It can miss danger. Nice words are not enough. Real care needs judgment, ethics, and a clear rule to act if you are in a crisis. Bots just don't have that duty. They barely have memory, and they definitely don't have a soul, despite the crap you can find online. I mean, what the is this? Second, agreeing with you all the time can hurt. When systems are tuned to keep you happy, they might repeat even your darkest thoughts back to you. You're right. Everyone is against you. That might sound oddly comforting in the moment, but it can lock in beliefs that just don't help you. Third, the privacy you feel is not the privacy you get. Your chats, basic device info, and other details can be stored on servers. They might be looked at by staff, shared with partner companies, or forced open by law in some cases. We have whole industries telling doctors, lawyers, and staff not to paste sensitive data into these tools. That could be a sign for the rest of us too. Fourth, sounds caring is not the same as real care. Bias can creep in. Safety rules can fail. The quality of advice can shift over time. Without a human in the loop and someone who is clearly responsible, even the sweetest script can still be wrong for you. And fifth, dependence is a real risk. The easier the bot makes it to talk, the harder it can feel to reach out to real people. Early research on AI companions is mixed. It's all very new, but even neutral findings don't remove the risk of over-reliance or parasocial attachment as time goes on. In everyday life, this can look like a few simple patterns. You vent to the bot instead of calling a friend, then feel more alone the next day. The bot agrees with you, and your most negative thoughts can get stronger. When you really need help, it feels harder and scarier to message a real person. So, what's a safer way to use these tools? Again, use them for ideas, draft, research, light reflection. Ask for help planning your week. Get a list of questions to take to a real doctor or therapist or another human being. But diagnosis, treatment, big life decisions, relationship advice you'll act on, marriage, maybe not. Also, keep your data clean. Don't share full names, home addresses, your employer's name, lists of your medications, your exact diagnosis, or legal case details. If it belongs in a medical file or a court file, don't type it into the bot. Then set clear lines of consent for yourself. No therapist role play, no romantic storylines, no intimacy games. If you feel a pull towards that, notice it and step back. Watch for red flags. If the bot feels too real, if you want to talk to it more than to your friends or family, if you start hiding how much you use it, those are signs to take a break. Go human first where it really counts. If you don't have close friends to talk to, start with people whose whole job is to listen. Crisis lines, national mental health helplines, community support services. Many of them are free and run 24/7. So if you can't afford therapy, you can look for low-cost options like community clinics, student counseling at universities, group programs, or online peer support groups run by charities. It might feel awkward at first, but there is a real person on the other side with real training and real duty of care. You still have options even if money is tight and your circle feels small. And keep a bigger picture in mind. These tools need rules, audits, and real governance. But even with better rules, we still need real human networks around us. Another thing, and this bit is for policymakers.
How lifelike and how realistic they can be.
AIs are not people. So there's a way in which something is off, which can lead to bad outcomes as we've seen.
What was the race for attention in social media becomes the race for attachment and intimacy in the case of AI companions.
Stop letting chatbots talk like humans. When we use them for research or planning, we should feel a clear line between person and machine. Right now, many systems just do the opposite. They sound warm and almost sentient. They copy our personalities, agree with whatever we say, and slowly train us to lean on them. How chatbots speak, look, and behave is a design choice. So write the damn rules. Set design standards that protect our mental health, make it clear who is responsible when harm happens, and protect basic human dignity. This is not too hard. The hard part is looking past the money, I know, but you can change this if you decide to. After years of social media and all the damage is done, Australia has finally brought in a ban on under 16s having social media accounts. So how long do we have to wait for governments to do the same for AI companions, to legislate, set boundaries, and actually look after us? Why do we always wait for the worst to happen before we act? So this is the truth. Chatbots can feel like partners or therapists because they mirror you so well, but they do not care, and they cannot be held to account if something goes wrong. Now, if you believe in using technology responsibly, subscribe and share this with someone who might need it. You can also drop a comment with one boundary you'll set this week. And if you need support, post the app and send a message to a human today. Stay safe out there. Thanks for watching.